This is your Fox 47 News Flash.
Welcome to your Fox 47 News Flash from the Digital Newsroom. I'm Chris Lewis, and these are the top stories that we're following. There is going to be a public hearing on Wednesday on whether courts should allow cell phone and electronic usage inside courtrooms. If this was to pass, the public would be able to use their phones all while inside a courtroom. Anyone could text or go on the internet, but a huge bonus would be to take pictures of court documents. This would eliminate paying for public documents courts currently charge for. Supporters say that this would allow and make public documents more accessible and more affordable. Opponents say that this would be a huge revenue loss for the courts. Courts charge about $1 per page for a public document. They also say cell phones could be disruptive to the courts and expose the identities of jurors and witnesses who testify. If courts were to allow cell phones in courtrooms, there would still be some restrictions. There'd be no photography or recordings allowed inside or outside these courtrooms. Those at the courthouse would not be allowed to take pictures or video inside or outside the courtroom. Those inside the courtroom won't be allowed to communicate with a courtroom participant. Wednesday's hearing is scheduled to begin at 9:30 a.m. Police are investigating an armed robbery at a Lansing liquor store. The incident happened around 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, on November 19th, at Bad Habits on West Holmes Road near Pleasant Grove Road. Two men walked into the store when one of them pulled out a gun and demanded cash. The suspects fled the area with an undisclosed amount of cash before officers arrived at the scene. No one was hurt in the robbery, and a K-9 unit was called in to track the suspects, but unfortunately the search was not successful. Lansing police say that the suspects are described as a white male in his teens, last seen wearing a black hoodie, and a black male in his 20s that was also last seen wearing a black hoodie. Anyone with information regarding the robbery is asked to call the Lansing Police Department at 517-483-4600. East Lansing Public Schools is cutting a big check to employees after amassing $687,000 in excess funds. Some of our operating expenses and some of our maintenance expenses were less than they anticipated, and that created a larger surplus than usual, said Trustee Chris Martin. The Board of Education accepted the superintendent's recommendation to use $390,000 toward bonuses for teachers and staff. I'm very excited because I think this is a sign of us as a district investing in our people and the people who are in the classrooms in our schools each and every day, said Board President Aaron Graham. The one-time payment dispersed to 377 employees last Friday. Employees who work 20 hours or more per week were granted $1,000. Staff members who work a fewer hours received $500. A longtime employee told superintendent in 39 years that they've been in the district, employees have never been presented with such a bonus. A chain reaction crash in Jackson County has left one person dead. The crash happened Tuesday morning at 11:35 on the westbound lanes of I-94 near Race Road. Blackman Leone Township authorities say that a Ford Ranger rear-ended an international flatbed truck, which was then pushed into a Honda Accord. The driver of the Ford Ranger, an 18-year-old Grass Lake man, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the international truck, a 34-year-old LaPorte, Indiana man, and the driver of the Honda, a 52-year-old Olmsted, Ohio man, were not injured. The highway was closed for several hours while the crash was investigated by members of the Blackman Leone Traffic Crash Reconstruction Team. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department and the Michigan State Police assisted in rerouting traffic off the highway. Learn more about all of these and all Mid-Michigan's breaking news on fox47news.com.